Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are getting into a big one, confidence. And I'm not talking about that loud, fake it till you make it stuff. We're talking about the real, deep down self-belief that can completely change the game for you. Let's dive in.
First things first, let's just bust a huge myth. Confidence isn't about being the loudest person in the room. You know who I'm talking about. True confidence, it's actually quiet. It's an internal thing, a self-trust that lets you have an impact without needing all the attention. It's all about presence, not just noise.
And this is probably the biggest mistake we all make. We think confidence is some magical feeling we have to wait for. We say, oh, I'll apply for that job when I feel more confident. But here's the thing science tells us. That's totally backwards. Waiting to feel confident is the very thing that guarantees you never will be.
So if it's not a feeling, what is it? I mean, what are we actually trying to build here? Let's get a real, solid definition that we can actually work with.
Okay, at its absolute core, self-confidence is one simple thing: trust. It's about trusting yourself. It's not about never being scared. It's about trusting that even if you are scared, you can handle it. You can figure it out. You can learn. It's just a fundamental belief in your own ability to deal with stuff.
Now, this is super important. We have to separate self-confidence from self-esteem. They are not the same thing. Self-confidence is all about your abilities. It's situational. It's that thought, I can do this presentation, or I can learn this new skill. Self-esteem, on the other hand, is about your overall sense of worth. It's that feeling of, I am enough as a person. You see the difference? For today, we're zeroing in on that practical, action-based trust in your abilities. Okay, so how do we actually build that trust? Well, the whole journey, believe it or not, really boils down to two key secrets. They sound simple, but trust me, they're powerful. So here they are, the two pillars. Pillar 1 is acceptance. This means fully accepting who you are right now, flaws and all. And it means accepting whatever happens, good or bad, not as a judgment on you, but just as information. And then there's pillar 2, action. This is the big one. You have to consistently, deliberately do the things that scare you. Confidence isn't born in the comfort zone. It's built brick by brick right on the edge of your fear.
And this quote from Mel Robbins just nails it. Confidence is simply the willingness to try. That's it. It's not some fixed personality trait. It's a skill. And just like learning to play the guitar, you build it through practice, through repetition, through trying and messing up, and trying again.
But before we can build up that willingness to try, we've got to clear out the stuff that's holding us back. So let's talk about the big-time confidence killers that stop us before we even start. You know, there are these really powerful psychological traps that just keep us stuck. But the cool thing is, once you can name them, you can start to take away their power. And researchers generally point to 3 really big ones. All right, first up, the infamous imposter syndrome. You know that feeling, right? That little voice in your head that says, you just got lucky. You don't belong here, and any second now they're going to find out you're a fraud. But here's the secret. Almost everyone feels this, especially high achievers. The key is to catch that thought and consciously reframe it. Tell yourself, no, I'm here because I earned it.
The second killer is a tough one: learned helplessness. This is a real psychological trap. It happens when you faced setbacks or failures over and over, and you start to believe that nothing you do matters. You basically learn to be helpless, so you stop even trying to change things. Breaking this cycle is all about finding small things you can control and building from there.
And that leads us right into killer number 3, good old-fashioned fear of failure. It's often fueled by perfectionism, that little voice that says, if I can't do it perfectly, I shouldn't even try. But as the great Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Real confidence isn't about never failing, it's about being willing to take the shot anyway.
All right, so we know what's trying to stop us. Now for the good stuff. It's time to get practical and build our confidence toolkit. These are 5 habits you can start practicing literally today. Okay, this first habit might actually surprise you. Truly confident people, they listen way more than they talk. Why? Because they're not desperate to prove themselves. They're secure enough to be curious about other people. When you genuinely listen, you build respect and connection, and that in turn actually boosts your own sense of confidence. Habit number 2 is all about changing your relationship with discomfort. Confident people know that all the good stuff, all the growth happens just outside their comfort zone. So when they feel that nervous, uncomfortable feeling, they don't see it as a stop sign. They see it as a compass, pointing them exactly where they need to go.
This one,
This is a total game changer. When people with genuine confidence make a mistake, they don't let it destroy them. Instead, they immediately ask themselves one simple, powerful question: what can I learn from this? That one question transforms a failure from a dead end into a valuable lesson.
Habit 4 is all about shifting where you put your focus. A daily gratitude practice, even just thinking of 3 things you're thankful for, literally trains your brain to scan for the positive instead of the negative. It builds this foundation of resilience that makes it so much easier to handle the tough stuff.
And finally, number 5. This one really separates the truly confident from people who are just faking it. Confident people don't believe success is a pie with limited slices. They see it as abundant. They are genuinely happy for other people's wins because they know someone else's success takes absolutely nothing away from their own.
So, when you put all of this together, you start to see that confidence isn't some final destination you reach. It's a living, breathing thing. It's an ongoing practice, a skill you sharpen through these small, conscious, daily actions. In the end, confidence is really the foundation for everything else. Walt Disney had a really cool way of putting it with his 4 C's. He said you need curiosity, courage, and constancy, or consistency, but he said the greatest of them all is confidence. Because without it, you'll never have the courage to try new things or the constancy to stick with them. So I'll leave you with this. We've learned that confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. And it all starts with one simple idea: the willingness to try. So my question for you is, what's one small thing, maybe even something that scares you a little, that you are willing to try today? Because that's where it all begins.